Moving you forward. Certified executive and personal coaching for individual leaders and organizations. Learn more at nsccoaching.co. I am your certified executive and personal coach, L. Michelle Smith, with NSC Coaching. What is executive coaching actually? Well, by our definition, it's a co creative process that expands pathways, mindsets, and opportunities through an exploratory and reflective process that includes a series of consistent, strategic sessions with a trained and credentialed professional. Unlike what many people assume a coach is, we aren't mentors. We aren't here to give advice. We really are here to get the answers from you. Which leads me to our philosophy when it comes to coaching. You have all the answers. We have all the questions. Grounded in positive psychology and neuroscience, our coaching approaches center you based on the scientifically sound idea that your intrinsic motivation drives you forward. If you're looking for advice, we're happy to fill knowledge gaps, but our co creative experience centers your thoughts, your ideas, and your values so that you can move forward faster. Credentials matter. There are a lot of coaches out there, but we're different. We're trusted by the Fortune 100. Credentials are a requirement to work for the Fortune 500. Our training is aligned to ethical standards of the ICF or the International Coaching Federation. Our approach is grounded in science and the latest research in applied positive psychology, neuroscience, and mindfulness. Your coach, myself, is currently upgrading to PCC from ACC, which signifies over 500 paid coaching hours and next level coach education. We have a proven coaching approach, the Acera method, which I learned at the CAP Institute where I received my coach training. It's a linear process, but sometimes it can be cyclical in spots. Each time we agree on what direction we want to take the session. After the coach asks how I can support you, we engage in mindful listening, and the client and coach come to an agreement on the goal of the session. This goal will align with your ultimate goal for the engagement. We clarify. It's important that the client and the coach get extremely clear on what the client really wants. This helps us to map a plan to move forward. We explore, and this is where all the questions come. We will ask open ended questions. Think of us as brainstormers. Our coaches ask a lot of questions, and we have found through research that it is the powerful question that moves us forward faster. Then we reflect. This is your time as a coachee to really think about what it is that you want and how you want to attack it. I, as a coach, stand as a mirror to you. I reflect back some of the things that you say in order that you will see clearly what it is that you actually want. This is another form of producing clarity, and many times you receive your aha moment when I reflect back to you what I've heard you say. And finally, it's important to take action. No coaching session is complete without agreed upon action and assignments. And what's awesome is these commitments come from you. So here's what I heard you say that you'd like to achieve. You'd like to take your leadership to the next level, whether it's outside of the organization or inside. We agree that leaning outside of the organization will provide a deeper perspective to the leader's current work and external opportunities. You want to prepare for this transition that's on the horizon for you. Clarity on your next steps are important for you because you are interested in next level career moves, including seeking impactful roles that align with your values internally or externally. And you said you wanted a partner. We suggest a wing woman, myself, El Michelle Smith. You're wise. We can always do things better and faster when we do it together. Having access to a trained professional is key. So here's the leader's journey to the leadership in life that you want. We're going to start with assessments. There are two that I recommend. One is rooted in the DISC assessment. Ours is called the SOAR Discern IQ. And we also pull from the University of Pennsylvania's VIA Assessment of Character Strengths. And that allows us to get to know the leader's behavioral, work, and communication styles, your character strengths, and any obstacles that may be holding you back from achieving your goals. Next, we do goal setting and exploration. Your goals need to be as specific and defined as possible. It's the way our brains lock in and know what they need to do next. Understand clearly and define further that goal and the leader wants and desires to achieve. And then finally, move to action, working with the leader to remove the obstacles, leaning into your strengths to do so. Our work here at NSC Coaching is high tech, and we leverage technology in order to do the best work for you. Take a look now at the video that I've provided to understand our coaching.com platform. You can even download an application so that you have it on the go. In fact, I have it here on my phone as well, and it helps me to keep up with my client assignments, my sessions that are upcoming. You'd be asked to log on each time, but it even notifies me when somebody logs on. If you're on the go, you can also do the video from here. It's very handy. But this is what our coaching.com application is. This is where we'll also meet and collaborate. So let's show you a little bit about it. I've set you up in a templated kind of a portal here, but this is what you would see if you join my coaching community. Your picture would be right there because you uploaded it. You'll see any of your engagements for the beginning. So you'll see that here. Once you have signed on, I will activate this engagement and you'll see more visible assets throughout. But until then, you'll just see this button. I'll see it on this end. You won't see it on that end because you're not on here yet. All of your assignments will be here. So the things that you have agreed to do on your own, and then I may have some resources that you need to tap into here on coaching.com, being digital tools. Maybe it's a webinar that you need to watch, or maybe it's something that you need to read to fill any learning gaps or bring you up to speed, or even get you to think a little bit deeper. And I'll show you a couple of those later. Your goals will show up here. I filled in a dummy goal, become a CEO somewhere. We'll explore those things. We'll refine these goals as we move forward because the more specific we are, the more we are likely to get it done. So you'll see me press and ask, okay, well, why do you want that? And what does this mean? I will ask a bunch of questions to get us where we're going. All of your goals will show up here. You can have as many or as few as you like, okay? The next tab is going to be engagement details, and that's where we get into the nitty gritty. On the side, you'll see I have 8 sessions set up for you right now. We would actually have, if they're weekly, they'll be 56 weeks. If it's bi-weekly, it'll be half that each year. Okay, those will show up here. And once I've activated this portal, you'll be able to, or your assistant, go in and schedule them. There will be a button once this is activated that says schedule. And either you can do it, I can do it, my assistant can do it. Makes it very handy. And if you have the app on your phone, you'll be able to do it from there as well. I encourage you to schedule them as far out as you can. And that way my contract coaching clients get their first dibs at the days that they like. And if you want to have some consistency, that's the way to do it as well. If there's a certain time during the week that works better than others, let's get it done. You'll also see the session details here. And let's say this was activated. There would be a button here when we get close to the time to click the button and join the video conference. Okay. There may be times when you're out and about and maybe, the system you're on, you're not able to use. Or let's say I'm in your city and we decide to meet in person. We can do that. Or if you happen to be in Dallas, you will see that it will change each time. I can edit it on this side. So right now it's set to the coaching.com video, but as you can see, I can change it to Google Meets. We can do Zoom, we can do in person. It doesn't matter. Okay. I like to do them in coaching.com as much as possible because it keeps everything right in the same place. You'll see the attendees here. That's usually just you and me. Okay. I don't know of any other time that somebody else might be in our private sessions because everything is confidential. But in the case that, let's say, you were being sponsored by your organization and maybe you had a sponsor, maybe there would be some kind of sponsor readout. That's how we would use that. Otherwise, session action items. This is your opportunity when you decide throughout our conversation that this is something you might want to do. You might type in some assignment, some action item, and click that, and it will show up here. Listen, I have clients that have journals and notepads, and they put things on their computer. And then when I reference something that they mentioned before or wrote down before, they can't find it. This allows you to have it all in one place. And I find it so handy, and so do my clients. And then session notes. These are notes that maybe you don't want me to see. You don't have to share them with me, but it gives you that option. You can type them in here. And if you want to share them, you would click on the hamburger menu and put share and then select me and it would share. Otherwise, it's completely personal. The next thing you need to see is where you put in your goals. And you can see that in the engagement details, there is a prompt that says to enter your goals. We would have talked about these things after the first session. Okay. You and I have talked about them already, so we're ahead of the game. There's that one goal that I already placed in there, and then you can add more goals by clicking this button here. Very, very handy. In the resources portal, you'll see I've already put some things in there for you. Just guessing. We don't know what we're going to need, but here's one of them. If you click on them, you'll see a preview. There is an action recording sheet. This is how we're going to get your plan in place using the SMART paradigm. You know, is it specific? Is it measurable? Is it actionable? You know those, okay? But we also look at the priority of each item and we set them based on any barriers that might be in your way, because we need to hack those, identify them and hack them, but then also any resources you might need. We put a time to it, we put a due date, and we hold you to them. Okay. Let's see. Here's another one that's really exciting, and this helps you to understand the why behind your goals. Why is it important? My training is in positive psychology. I think I mentioned that to you before, and we understand from research that intrinsically motivated goals are more sustainable. And that means that if we know what your values are and we can align those goals and actions with your values, you will do them without any hesitation and you'll be more naturally able to get them done. In some cases, they may seem fun. This exercise allows you to uncover some of the values that are associated with the goals that you have. If we can identify those and make some intentional moves, you'll see how much faster you'll move forward. So that's just an example of one of the tools. And also, one of the things that I put in the resources for my clients is once we've done this DISC assessment, you may want to have an overview of your style. This one happens to be the S style, and there's a video that goes with it. You get the idea. All right. So anyway, each one of these items allows you to do the work that you need to do in between sessions and even during the sessions, note taking and your assignments and actions that you've agreed to take on. Now, you also have the opportunity to set up your settings. When do you want to get notified? Do you want to get notified a day before your sessions, an hour before your session? Maybe you want to be notified when I upload a document. Maybe when I share a resource. Maybe you want to be notified when you've finished a task, or maybe you want to notify me. This is your opportunity to do so, not just in your email, but also on your app. This is an overview of our coaching.com portal. And if you become my client, you'll see how this works and how it really does enrich your journey in the coaching community. Next, the leader will identify and take immediate action towards his goal. I'd like for you to identify an admired leader. Designate distinct qualities that inspire the way one shows up. Identify the leader's admired qualities. When you showed up at your best, what did it look like? What felt good about it? How did others respond? Then clarify and specify what winning looks like. This is so important for your engagement. Reflect and refine the goal based on unique goals, motivators, and strengths so that desired results are clearly defined. Then we'll map the plan and we'll press go. The leader sets smart actions that point him directly to his goal and begins to take those actions every day. Reach out with questions. If you'd like to move forward, reach out. You can call me at the office at 469-523-1453, by cell at 469-766-7641, or by email at lmichelle@nsccoaching.co. Thank you so much for the opportunity.